Hi, I am Kodili-nye. You're highly welcome to a new video. Returning subscribers, this is a time to enjoy our videos. I'm going to bring to you what Soludo said about the new Awka that will be coming up, high-rise buildings, 10-story high hotels, and the new Onitsha as well. What he intends to be setting up and what he has started doing already. This topic of this is high-rise hotel to be sited in Awka, the new Awka city. Stay tuned to enjoy this and may God continue to bless you. And as you watch, thank you for your support. New subscribers, thank you. And let's continue on this. God bless you. Bye. Continue to watch. Stay tuned to watch. We're bringing you more videos, and God bless you. Continue. Stay tuned.
In a different city, and the governor lives in a ramshackle place in another town. The government house happened to be the yard for the construction company that built Enugu-Onitsha Road, Michelete or something. It is their yard where they were packing their things. That is the place that they left when the state was there. They said, let's use it temporarily. They remain temporary, they become permanent. And for that is 2 years. But we have come and we said, by next year, we are moving into a new government house. Yes, we are building the brand new government house at the governor's lodge as befitting to the estate. I said, I am the Anambra. You know, the land of the Azeki, where you Tugu, the Moshino, I mean, you can name the long list. So, now that is it, and then Awka itself, deliberately transformed. But we have bigger agenda even. It's not just doing roads and that and so on and so forth. We intentionally, the grand vision is that we must change the story of Anambra from being a departure land to become a destination point. Currently, any asset, anybody with some asset in Anambra will already go out. When itinerant tribe, we are all over the place. We're in everybody's mind. I get Louisiana, I get Anambra, all a destination. Now, on yes in Anambra now, out of choice, not under duress. And the only Anambra episode lady where that's where you went on the Anambra. For an itinerant people, that's what we must do. Deliberately. That's how the Jews build the state of Israel. We must. The first time to have aspired for this, probably 50, 60 years ago, but the second best time is today. And that is why part of calling Awka and Anambra to become a destination, we're building the biggest water park and amusement park in West Africa. It will be in the small city there in Awka with a country club. Those of you who are living around there, so a country club, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Eh? There's nowhere to go. Families must find something to do. Families must find fun. Must make Anambra and somebody get on your plane, and you're on Lagos or Abuja or whatever, so they are Anambra. And you know what? We're designing what we call Awka 2.0. The existing Awka is the Awka 1.0. While we are modernizing it, we now from that road that leads the Millennium City, Bank Hill, Ezuzu Road that will get into the old Awka, Zikave. That road from Millennium, all the way to Hotel, through the Amansi thing, down to Gwen, to our, just acquired about 3,000 hectares, which is being planned, virgin, brand new city that will be the signature city of Anambra State. But for that to happen, the design is ongoing now. We've acquired the land. The design, planners and so on are working on it. You must have a place, on your Germany, on your America, on your Japan, or Anambra, where? That's not place. No, with all due respect, that's not. Went up to Vice Chancellor Unicef was telling me yesterday, some German people that came, they're very in Abuja. But we will go check your one of the so I prefer to come on Abuja, come on, apply in, come on, to develop Abuja, the federal government intentionally build the hills, they build it. Today, Egypt is building the new Cairo, and they first got a 500-bed Marriott hotel. Because in the area, that's where I stayed when I was there last week. Sitting next to my former boss. That's where I played. That's where the world will come. We're now designing, and we're going to begin that early in the year and finish it by the upper year, 2025. Building going to have a 10-story branded hotel, Garden Awka, that will bring the world right up. And that is going to become the signature that will signpost the emergence of the next hotel going forward. The world must have to come to Anambra. The world will have to come to Anambra. And the Fabia we also acquired about 4,000, almost 5,000 hectares of land along the banks of the River Niger for the Onitsha 2.0. The board of Onitsha then were resurrected, cleaning, the sales, and we have a law now that will mandate everybody to return their buildings and so on. Onitsha died and resurrected Nasaba. He died and resurrected Nasaba. The Bayon what he called Lucia drainage well. Lucia the drainage. Millions of people were dying every year. Flooding. We said, no. We were opening, we were breaking down plazas, structures, impunity for the devil. But we must rescue the place. When we launch anti-housing squad dealing with house, when you see all over the country, Anambra, Onitsha, to go and host, what are they doing? You go even, that's why you're finally back there. No, now, then the place will die. So while we are fighting to rescue the old order, rescue it and bring back life, we must now intentionally begin to develop the bank plan, the new foundation that will, have the skyline of the future. When I close my eyes, I can see the the Skyline along the banks of the riverbank. Anambra will be the destination. And while we are driving that, the design for that is set. Even some of the developers are ready. State government, even next year's budget, we are putting in something. We're going to begin with the dredging into the artificial lake. New Onisha 2.0. When we talk about Dubai, this and that, it took people to do what? Dream. Dream it. If you can't dream it, you can't say it. And now is the time to dream it. Otherwise, soon, we have the smallest landmass after Lagos. Soon, the entire place will get fully built up in a haphazard manner, chaotic manner. It will be a chaotic ghetto. But where our dream is that Anambra, rather than becoming built up as a chaotic ghetto, will become a smart megacity. Smart. And that's why, in terms of our infrastructure development, we are deliberate about a few things. Now, the next industrial city, initially we got 5,000 hectares at Ajala in Anambra, Awka, to build the next industrial city. But the flooding last year, thank God, that didn't happen. We saw that most of those places were put back. And so, now began to look where else do we have huge size of land. Unfortunately, much of Anambra that is also, has huge land space. But I remember discussing with my predecessor one day, and I mentioned that, Anambra area has got a lot of land. He said yes, but that much of that land is in Kumba. I didn't understand that until last year, and when the flooding came. And now, we've now gone down from Aglaze to go down, Obochi, down, Ambo, down, all that is. We've just secured 4,000 hectares, little over 4,000 hectares, and that's being designed now to be the next industrial city with all the facilities. And that's why when I went to Afreximba and you saw the news that was signed, agreement they're going to be coming with about $200 million. We're getting there. Anambra will be an industrial hub of this country. As I put the map of the state, I can see the axis. I can see our airport here and the Aero Metropolis, how that is developing. And the dualization of several of the roads that we have. From 33 through Otuocha down to through almost the Enugu state. Then you come down, you have from Amawabia. Already we're doing a flyover at the flood. But from Amawabia, it's to be dualized all the way to the boundary with Imo in Akopa. And then Akopa, I've discussed with the governor there. They're going to do theirs to that point. And you are going to link the Awka as a capital and nowhere. In less than an hour, you can go from Awka to where. And then you open up that entire corridor. I had a team that came from Goa. Because I asked them to do something here. And they said they are stuff under the infrastructure tax credit scheme. We are scoping the work. Possibility from Paul down to Nobi, from Nobi, the Gloria, to Umunse, to Ibinda in Abia. We can dualize all of that. This is the heaviest, the routes with the heaviest traffic. And we are intending to be able to dualize or have multiple lanes this side. Everywhere is fully built up now. Chaotic, but we are going to clear them and get this thing for not just our children, but our great-grandchildren, for the future generations to come. Yes, you have employed me on this job. I've now become a politician. Yes, but I still really struggle with whether I am one. Because let's say politicians think about the next election, but statesmen think about the next generation. I spend more of my time thinking about that next generation. Because that's what makes life work. And like I said, the best time to have done it was yesterday, but we must do it this time. A lot of things must be broken. And last year, the 7th Assembly approved that I should borrow 100 billion for infrastructure. We refused to do that. I'm probably the first governor in history that the parliament approves to borrow money. I refused to do that for 2 reasons. First is that we insisted that we can only borrow at concessional rate. Number 2, I want to borrow only for something I can point to you and I know that it has the potential to generate the resources to pay back that. Not just that, the correct one. No. People ask me all over the place, how are you doing, what are we doing, but that's another question. But in terms of the economic transformation we're coming, the infrastructural development ongoing, the economic, I've just talked about our industrial city ideas and so on. The rail master plan is being developed now. We're drawing up an Anambra rail master plan for the rail. But that is not today or there is the time to provide for it. We're planning an industrial city, industrial master plan. And then our agricultural revolution. You mentioned it. My Vice Chancellor, my dear friend. Our agricultural revolution is gearing towards zero poverty. A state with zero poverty. Do you understand that? When they don't agree together. Yes. When we reinvented the ever-balanced farm revolution, and we added coconut, and by next year we are adding the other rare products, Awka, and so on and so forth. I will tell you the arithmetic. My Commissioner for Agri has done the numbers and told us if you have 10 of these seedlings, palm and coconut, a combination of any of them, 10 of them, in 4 or 5 years when they start fruiting fully, that household will be out of poverty for life. The income from that. And then a new ecosystem, industries to start processing this fully back. So far we have distributed 1.1 million seedlings. Next year we are distributing minimum of 1 million seedlings. The year after we'll be distributing 1 million, so on and so forth. So that in 5 years, if we are giving 10 seedlings, in 5 years we will have 500,000 households driving towards zero and economic growth. We are coming. The whole agenda in that area. Of course, the 10th pillar is the human capital, which is our core. Health, education, and the vulnerable groups. Talked about education. It's our core. It's our humanism. That is our greatest asset. The education is our key. Dear friends, this state has never had an education policy. Years back, government returned public schools to mission. That is what is called, it's a property rights issue. To return back what belongs to somebody to the person. That's not a policy. Okay? But we abandon public education. We abandon the fact that it is the duty of government to provide education, basic education to the citizens. The public institutions die. without teachers, without basic infrastructure. And that is where the poorest of the poor people, they are the community primary schools, community secondary schools, and so on. We are breeding two sets of citizens. But the children of the poor attend the poorest schools with little or no outcome, and they will in all likelihood end up poor. On our own side, children of the rich attending the best of schools, private schools, and so on, you'll have the clash. Children of the poor will end in the street. Wait for your children to come and pass. So, in our own enlightened self-interest, we must care for the children of the poor today. We must give them the qualitative education enjoyed by the children of the rich. In my primary school days, we were in the same class. Children of the rich and the poor were in the same class, taught by the same teachers. Yes. Education was the ladder of opportunity. Today, not anymore. But creating two sets of citizens dangerous. But we have decided intentionally, when we say that our basic education will not just be tuition free, but you have 13 levies that students pay. It will be free. Not a kobo will be charged to any child attending public school. Basic education. And I can tell you, we are working on, if the numbers permit, we will be seeing what happens to the rest of the secondary education. Because we must guarantee that to every child here. The same thing with health. We're doing the entire 300 and something, 326 wards. There is a public primary health center there. We're refurbishing all of them with solar and facilities. And linked by telemedicine to a call center that once you get to your ward, you have access to health officer. Or the health officer, he can now call and the doctor is at the call center and will receive the patient and can do the diagnosis and make prescription. Now we will be able to say in a few months to come in Anambra that if you belong to a ward, you have access to a doctor. If you belong to a ward, you have access to a doctor. We must. And maybe or youth development or this and that. We just graduated 5,000 youths, 1 youth, 2 skills, and distributed about 2 billion to them. And the next step will be beginning. The name of Kodili-nye Anambra, Solution Innovation District, almost our own Silicon Valley. We are coming, very intentional. Of course, governance, deploying technology, governance, and our environment as our existential threat, we're dealing with all of those and so on. Why I'm taking this space to speak to you this month, my dear friends, colleagues. I'm inviting you, join us. When they contribute to do what? When those proposals, those ideas, those efforts, tell us. Yeah. Tell them without doing appointment, then you fast go away. You have an appointment, nobody got out of SSA. And if one now, no. So Ludo will ask you, what are you going to offer their number? Because you can do those kind of political things, but you have schools without teachers, hospitals without doctors and workers. No, now, he's putting the priority on his head. And that's why in the first instance we recruited about 400 medical professionals and put in our hospitals, general hospitals and so on. We're actually building 4 brand new general hospitals. Coincidentally, all of them in the North Senatorial Zone. We're building one in Awka. We're building one in Fede, Monisha South. Never had any general hospital. Then Ayamelo, There's no general hospital there. Then, Anambra West, there's no general hospital there. But do you know why you don't make it now? This place has no general hospital. Nothing. But we can appoint people back. No. We use that resource now. After the first 400, we're employing another 500 to put in all the primary health centers in the state. Bring it almost about 900 to 1,000 health workers. What we employ. How this work? How this work? So, with a palm coconut thing, employing about 8,000 teachers, about 1,000 health workers, and whatever, all these things in less than 2 years, nobody else has done that in this country. I know matter in a sustainable way. Yes, I think we have 5,000 youths empowered and all of those, and more thousands to come next year. Despite the paucity of resources, what I bet you is that every penny put on our palm, I will tell you where. But I'm going to waste one kobo. But I'm going to waste a penny. As we go, yes. The more before follow governor, probably lay a peg every 4 or 5. But it's intentional. Very deliberate. They're making money. We have to patronize that, but that's the only way we can create jobs. 225 million Nigerians, 225 million Nigerians patronize Nigerian textiles. We create no less than 10 million jobs. Yes. I tell people, if your government house, or if I can start what is made in Anambra, from Awka. My chief of staff or the supplier. So, in where better going with the supplier. If a man a man manya hero na the Obron came in Anambra or made in Nigeria. What about your monster? That's what we will offer you. Anambra cannot afford to offer you anything more than that. We don't have money. I would rather use that money to go and give life to Jolu Banasa. Yes, we have not been able to buy one bicycle, not even a spoke, for the First Lady Anambra. Yes. Yes. We have not. Asemia, okay, governor of Oyo yesterday. Oh, my personal bank, yes, that's the one my wife and uses around. So, I used to rock away here, but yeah, only from point A to point B. Hello. Hello. A guy getting go here. I walk at this our club. Anyway, no. But I'm just taking you through the way my mind was. Even Afana will tell you that better. I think part of what we've achieved in government, I'm happy about it. They themselves, filtering. When I hear them, I'm you will get a pass. Fly. So, how much is that? Everybody university is one. We can all get it happen. Let's begin with the university. We are going to have a new vice chancellor. We are going to have a new council. All of you are qualified. Everybody is on your bicycle and that you will watch. Make it not go bicycle. They're messing that you go, you go. No, no, make it a noble lecturer. Can be what? In America, even though private sector people are being brought in to be presidents of university. Because they will be able to help to raise money. But nothing to do with the publications here by local. It's nothing to do with that. Capacity to transform a system is different from capacity to write defense journal articles. Yes. Yes. They are two different things. So, whoever it is, let's come together. Amam, naturally. And well, opposition, mana, because, Yabuso for one and Gala or I think with this, even though they're necessary, we will respond to them at the appropriate time. And I'm going to make away for this last quarter.
I am Kodili-nye. You have heard everything the governor said about Awka and the industrial city of Anambra State, also the new Onitsha city that will be coming up as well, and how he went to Egypt, to the Afribank, to get $200 million approved for him for all this investment. And the dualization of many key roads in Anambra State. When he's talking, it gladdened my heart that for once somebody is talking about the real thing that the state needed. I hope that he's not one of the Nigerian politicians that speak with little or no efforts or no action. But I also hear him saying that it's not like a politician, that he don't want to be a politician. But if Soludo can accomplish all these things he has said, 20% of them, I think the state will be completely changed and he will be remembered forever. And this state, it's just that the government doesn't actually work over the years. That's what has stopped the emergence of this Eastern Tiger, or has delayed it. So if Soludo can actually accelerate on his development plans and actually accomplish 20% of what he just spoken within 2-3 years, especially the expansion of those key roads and the industrial stuff, cities, the state will be, the state will actually be something that has never been witnessed before, because the people of the state are very industrious. They have a lot of cash to spend, but what they have been lacking is the true drive by the government in the form of policy formulation and leading from the front. If they can get a governor that can lead from the front, the state will be Eldorado on earth. I do believe I do believe Soludo when he talk. I also have the opinion that if he can do these things, I do also wish him all the best. Um, our prayer is always for him to succeed because his failure will be the failure of the people, not only for Anambra State, but for Nigeria and Africa. We know his achievement when he was the central bank governor, and that's why a lot of people have high hopes on him to succeed. Although that he started very slow, but people are hoping that he will up the game. If he up the game, as he's now saying, basically, things will be different, completely different. Think about what he said about taking the bold step of dualizing 3-3 road with multiple lanes to um, basically Enugu border or Kogi border. Only that alone, he doesn't need to campaign anywhere. Or if he even go further by dualizing Amobia to Akokwa Imo border. Thinking about that, if he also step out again and start the Nkpo uh, to Abia border, my word, things will be heating up. Investors will be flooding from all over. Those investors that have refused to come before, basically you see them flooding into the state. And the state will suddenly be a huge construction ground. Basically, not even talking about the rail, because the rail, although it's a long-term stuff, but if we start up the rail and the people see rail in Anambra State for the first time, I think it will be a great celebration, and it will build the investors' confidence in the state. And you can see that it's talking about the state cannot be allowed to continue in this way of development where all the places were built up haphazardly. We have talked about this in this channel, and we are advocating that the government should lead from the front. There's so much cash, there's so much money in the hands of the people to bring positive change, but the government need to do something about it. Think about the hospitals. If we can actually harvest a lot of money that are floating in people's hands, many of the places will have a general hospital. You will not be driving 20 minutes away to get to a hospital, a public hospital, not a private. Public hospitals. Everywhere will be littered with hospitals. Everywhere will be littered with good schools. And the people will be gainfully employed. There will be employment explosion that many people will try to come to Anambra State. We will be talking about most of these things in subsequent blogs. Thank you very much for your this thing. But the key is that the key something to note on this is about the new Awka 10-story hotel coming up in the new Awka city. That will soon set up to start the project. This is what is needed, because with this it will bring about the change of the environment in Awka, and also bring other investors to think about investing in such a huge project. Thank you very much for watching us. Remember to subscribe Remember to share our channel, our videos. Remember to like, comment. If you know anything that you want us to bring about, don't hesitate to call our attention. I will see you in the next video. Remain safe and may God bless you wherever you are. Thank you very much. I do surely appreciate all your efforts and the time you always spend to watch these videos. I appreciate all of them. May the good Lord continue to bless you. See you in the next video and bye.
How did you deploy them? At least I will be able to spend time. I try. That's what is driving me. That's what is driving me. And I invite you, join me. The university is one. We can all get it happen. Let's begin with the university. We are going to have a new vice chancellor. We are going to have a new council. All of you are qualified. Everybody is qualified. On your bicycle, at that bicycle, you will watch. But you don't know about bicycle. They're amazing that I know you, no logo you. You know, never get no lecturer. Can be what? Here in America, even though private sector people are being brought in to be presidents of universities. Because they will be able to help to raise money. Now that is it, and then Awka itself deliberately trying to transform it. But we have bigger agenda even. It's not just doing rules and that and so on and so forth. We intentionally, the grand vision is that we must change the story of Anambra from being a departure land to become a destination point. Currently, any asset, everybody with some asset in Anambra will move out. For an itinerant tribe, we are all over the place. We're in everybody's land. I get those there and I get Anambra, over a destination. Now, onye si na Anambra na apụ na ebe ọzọ, ọ bụrụ out of choice, not under duress. And onye Anambra a persecute anywhere, abasu onye iwe from the Anambra. For an itinerant people, that's what we must do, deliberately. That's how the Jews build the state of Israel. We must. The first time to have aspired for this, probably 50, 60 years ago, but the second best time is today. And that is why part of calling Awka and Anambra to become a destination, we're building the biggest water park and amusement park in West Africa. It will be in the Fort City there in Awka with a country club. Those of you who are living around there, so a country club, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Families must find something to do. Families must find fun. Must make Anambra and a soccer the gap and you're playing. Yobe or Lagos or Abuja or whatever. Anambra. And you know what? We're designing what we call Awka 2.0. The existing Awka is the Awka 1.0. While we are modernizing it, we now from that road that leads the Millennium City, Bank Hill, it's also road that you get into the old Awka Zikabe. That road from Millennium, all the way to Hotel, through the Amansi thing, down to Wenu. We just acquired about 3,000 hectares, which is being planned, virgin, a brand new city, that will be the signature city of Anambra State. But for that to happen, the design is ongoing now. We've acquired the land. The design, planners and so on are working on it. You must have a place, Onyesi Germany, Onyesi America, Onyesi Ifa, Obatana Anambra, Betoga. Where? There's no place. No, with all due respect, that's not. When the Vice Chancellor UNICEF was telling me yesterday, some German people that came, and they said in Abuja, but Google go check your hotel, so I prefer to come on Abuja, come on, fly in, come on, To develop Abuja, the federal government intentionally built the Hilton Hotel. Today, Egypt is building the new Cairo, and they first got a 500-bed Marriott Hotel. Because that's where I stayed when I was there last week. I sitting next to my former boss, next to me. That's where you be. That's where the world will come. We're now designing, and we're going to begin that early in the year and finish it by the upper year 2025. We're going to have a 10-story branded hotel, Awka, that will bring the world right. And that is going to become the signature that will signpost the emergence of the next Awka 2.0. The world must have to come to Anambra. The world must have to come to Anambra. And the Fabia, we also acquired about 4,000, almost 5,000 hectares of land along the banks of the riverbank for the Onitsha 2.0. The board of Onitsha then were resurrected, cleaning the silting. We have a law now that will mandate everybody to repaint their buildings and so on. Onitsha died and resurrected Nasaba. He died and resurrected Nasaba. The Bible was for Lucia drainage way. Lucia the drainage. Millions of people were dying every year. Flooding. I was like, no. We've been opening, we've been breaking down plazas, structures. Impunity for the devil. But we must rescue the place. When we launch anti-housing squad dealing with touts, when you see all over the country, Anambra, Onitsha, to go and hustle, what are they doing? Ego event, that's all in another event there. No, now, then the place will die. So while we are fighting to rescue the old order, rescue it and bring back life, we must now intentionally begin to develop the bank line, the new Onitsha that will, have the skyline of the future. When I close my eyes, I can see the skyline along the banks of the riverbank. Anambra will be the destination. And while we are driving that, the design for that is set. Even some of the developers are ready. State government, even next year's budget, we are putting in something. We're going to begin with the dredging, getting the artificial lake. The new Onitsha 2.0 will happen. When we talk about Dubai, this and that, it took people to do what? Dream it. If you can't dream it, you can't say it. And now is the time to dream it. Otherwise, soon, we have the smallest landmass after Lagos. Soon, the entire place will get fully built up in a haphazard manner, chaotic manner. It will be a chaotic ghetto. But where our dream is that Anambra, rather than becoming built up as a chaotic ghetto, will become a smart megacity. Smart. And that's why, in terms of our infrastructure development, we are deliberate about a few things. Now the next industrial city, initially we got 5,000 hectares at Ajala in Anambra, Awka, to build the next industrial city, but the flooding last year, thank God that it happened. We saw that most of those places were too bad. And so now we began to look where else do we have huge size of land. Unfortunately, much of Anambra that is also, a huge land space. But I remember discussing with my predecessor one day, and I mentioned that, Anambra area has got a lot of land. He said yes, but that much of that land is in Kuba. I didn't understand that until last year, and when the flooding came. And now we've now gone down from Aglese to go down, Obochi, down Ampo, down all that axis. We've just secured 4,000 hectares, little over 4,000 hectares, and that's being designed now to be the next industrial city with all the facilities. And that's why when I went to Afreximbank and you saw the news that was signed, agreement they're going to be coming with about $200 million. We're getting there. Anambra will be an industrial hub of this country. As I put the map of the state, I can see the axis. I can see our airport here and the Euro metropolis, how that is developing, and the dualization of several of the roads that we have. From 33 through Otuocha down to through almost Enugu State. Then you come down, you have from Amawabia. Already we're doing a flyover at the flood. But from Amawabia, it needs to be dualized all the way to the boundary with Imo in Akopa. And then Akopa, I've discussed with the governor there, if they're going to do theirs to that point, and you are going to link the Awka as a capital and Owen. In less than an hour, you can go from Awka to Owen. And then you open up that entire corridor. I had a team that came from Bua, because I asked them to do something here. And they sent their stuff under the infrastructure tax credit scheme. We're scoping the work. Possibility from Wall down to Nobi, from Nobi to Gloria, to Umunze, to Ibita in Abia. We can dualize all of that. This is the heaviest, the routes with the heaviest traffic. And we are intending to be able to dualize or have multiple lanes here, multiple lanes this side. Everywhere is fully built up now. Chaotic. But we're going to clear them and get this thing for not just our children, but our great-grandchildren, for the future generations to come. Yes, you have employed me on this job. I've now become a politician.